G'day guys, welcome back to another Ross Reviews, where behind us we are talking Lexus LS460 today. And this one, 2007 import from Japan. And we got to talk about how cheap these are, because we're talking, you can pick these up for well under 20 grand now in Australia. And this is a hell of a lot of car. Brand new, this thing was 185 grand base model. So yeah, this is a lot of car. We're talking a 4.6 liter V8 up front, rear wheel drive, and this had the world's first 8-speed. Yeah, just minor stuff we're talking about here, you know what I mean? And like, this thing in 2007 was really out of this world. Like, this was the car. Like, this was competing with S-Classes, 7 Series, and I honestly think this had them beat. And so did the press, because the World Motoring Press actually named this the Car of the Year for 2007, Luxury Car of the Year for 2007, and World Car of the Year 2007. So yeah, 2007 was a good year for Lexus, and we're gonna go out in this one today, boys. I'm gonna show you how these things go, why you should consider one, what to look out for, and are they any good? Because that's generally what people want to know. This one also, though, does have a Walled International body kit. You can see on the side, it's got those little grills on the side behind the wheel. Side skirt, front bumper, a little bit different, but same. Let's hop in this thing. Okay, so we're in the LS460, and guys, the moment you sit in this thing, it is a really beautiful car. You know, it's the materials used are simply top notch. You know, just from the wood grain on the steering wheel, the leather is just very plush, and everything just feels solid. Like, soft closed doors, all of them. You know, auto windows, all of them. Push button start. Yeah, everything is electric in here, but everything still works. So, you know, it's impressive. It's all the minor attentions to detail, you know, the suede on the headliner, you know, the real wood grain in this trim, the softness of the leather, how stuff mechanically closes, how quiet this engine is at idle. You can't even tell that this thing is running sometimes. And it's a V8. You know, it's a 4.6 liter V8. This thing makes 280 kilowatts. We're talking 493 Newton meters, and it's the 1UR FSE. This thing is in the Toyota Crown Majesta, and it is a really good, reliable V8. And this all came out in 2007, and we got to remember, guys, like, that was a while ago. That's B-Series Falcon days. Like, I own a 2006 BF Typhoon. And yeah, you compare these things in terms of the technology, this was just so far ahead. It's not even comparable. Like, and this was ahead on just about everything at the time period. Lexus and Toyota, you know, they went so far as to put 10 airbags in this vehicle, making it, you know, really safe. They put air suspension in this vehicle so that you could have one of the plushest, softest rides on the road. You know, they put a Mark Livingston sound system in this thing. It's unbelievable. You know, you put a good CD in this thing and it sounds epic. Like, this is high quality gear. And this one, it was just a base model. You know, you could go executive package in the back, screens, you know, massaging, like legitimately fold out beds almost in the back seat. And then you could go up to the LS600 as well if you wanted the hybrid. And those things here in Australia, yeah, they were starting out of $250,000. So this was big dollar stuff back in the day. And yeah, you want to have a bit of it for yourself? You can get it at a fraction of the price now. Now, I'm going to do a huge thanks to Next Ride, because we actually borrowed this from them, and they're located here in Perth, Western Australia. I'll leave a link for him down below because this vehicle is for sale. And again, being the import with the walled international body kit, you know, this one's kind of unique. It's got 80,000 Ks on it. If you're interested, have a look. Link down below. Huge thanks to Next Ride. Now, one thing to be mindful of, though, would be the fact that this was very expensive when it came out. And although you can pick these up for a deal, if something goes wrong, it could end up costing you a lot of money. Because, yes, depending on what part you need, if you can't go aftermarket, yeah, don't be expecting Lexus to be offering you discounted parts, because if you go OEM, it is going to cost an absolute fortune. That's just plain and simple. But I've heard these are quite reliable, and most of the issues these cars face are fairly easy to replace, and you don't have to go OEM on them. So it isn't the scariest thing, but I would say if you're thinking of going the hybrid route, probably avoid it, because if you need to replace that battery, yeah, it is going to cost you an arm and a leg. But you just have to think, you know, how far ahead they were with this thing, because, you know, you've got a touchscreen infotainment system. You know, it had satellite navigation. A huge amount of features are in there, but it's Japanese. You know, this is a JDM import. Reverse camera, you know, all your climate is touchscreen. It's pretty impressive for the time period. Again, you know, look, don't expect this being a V8 that, you know, it's going to be a really fun, loud, exciting car like, for example, the ISF. It is worlds apart from the ISF. Yeah, this is really tuned for comfort, for torque, for that low RPM, smoothness. This thing will do 250 kilometers per hour. That is its electronic limiter. But, you know, it's not going to be a high revving, screaming V8. That's not what this thing is. And you can tell, you know, when this thing is just idling, so quiet. It's really a thing of beauty. Now, unfortunately, if you are a P-plater, yeah, you ain't going to be allowed to buy this and drive this in the state of New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, and South Australia. Anywhere else, though, you're good. And I can't really see why you wouldn't be, because, you know, again, it's not a rocket ship. It can go fast if you let it, but most cars will do that. And again, you know, it's just amazing, the world's first 8-speed. All of the technology that was in this vehicle when it came out, you know, and the price tag was absolutely out of this world. I would say this is a great car if you're somebody who does long drives and you want to be comfortable, because out on the highway, just cruising 100, 120 Ks an hour, this is a beautiful place to be. You know, you've got a fantastic sound system, a great reliable V8, and the road noise, pretty minimal in here. The suspension, very comfortable. Seats are very comfortable. And it'll still give you a return kilometers per liter. We're talking something like 11 liters per 100 Ks, I would say. So, you know, it's not ideal, but it's still reasonable for a V8. Man, it's a vibe in this thing. And this one, with the walled international body kit, I reckon it looks really good. Like, this thing looks cool. I love the gold badges on the back as well. And yeah, that back quarter, that's the money shot for me. I think this is a really good looking sedan. And yeah, the fact that this thing is available, guys, here at Next Ride, a little over 20 grand, I think. For a special one like this, I think it's actually a pretty fair price. Alrighty, guys, time for the WiperTech wiper test. Let's pull back on the stock. Oh, damn, suds in it as well. Leave it to Lexus, guys. That's a pretty decent wipe. I think those wipers just need a bit of a cleaning, but dude, that's a clean wipe. Look at that. Wow. Lexus, did they just come out with one of the best wiper swings of 2025 on the channel? I think they have. I'm calling that. I'm calling this car the best so far of 2025. Wiper Tech win right there. That's a 9 out of 10, boys. And yeah, you want to get the best wipers, use the code down below. It's Ross15 off. You're going to get 15% off your order and free express shipping. Aussie company, thanks for supporting the channel, boys. Oh, yeah, this is a big old car, man. This thing is huge. This is what you call a land yacht. But I have to say, I really enjoy this car. Like, it doesn't feel that difficult to move around and drive, but it definitely has that sort of uber luxury wafty feel to it. Like, it's almost like a little bit disconnected, but it's comfort. You know what I mean? Like, it's disconnected on purpose so that it gives you sort of that glide effect. And they do it really well. You know what I mean? Like, this does truly feel 7 class, S class, even Bentley level, I would say. And that's no joke. You could just imagine how cool this vehicle would have been in Japan, 2007. You bought this. You chucked on the Wald International body kit, the wheels. Like, this was a vibe, bro. You would have been like some Yakuza kid was cruising this thing in Tokyo. You know what I mean? And I love that VIP style. And yeah, the people of Japan, dude, they make it famous. This thing looks good. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, make sure you subscribe. Again, we are so close to 100,000 subscribers. And it's guys like you who watch the channel, comment, engage with us, subscribe. Is how I keep doing this thing full time. So yeah, subscribe. And should we launch this thing? Let's do it. All right, guys, 0 to 100. We are going to attempt it. We are pulling up on this back road. Again, this is a 2-ton luxury yacht. Let's not forget that. And I believe they claim this at about 5.7 seconds. So if we can get traction, which we got the weight for it, we should, I think, be pretty close. So we're going to reset the draggy. We are in power mode, sport suspension. And I'm just going to go no build up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Come on. There we go. Now that felt pretty decent. It takes a second to sort of get going. But once you're moving, it does feel quick. And I'm not really sure how I could get a better time than that. All right, guys, so we ended up with a 6.7. We did try this a couple of times, and it was about the same result. I'm not sure if there's a trick to launching it. Maybe you're not meant to be in power mode. Maybe you're not meant to be in sport suspension. But I could only get a 6.7. But I will say, when you're rolling, this thing ain't slow. Guys, again, we're going to end the video. What do you think of the Lexus LS460? Again, incredible value for money. These things on the used market make sense. If you want to go on long drives, if you want to be comfortable, have the best luxury at the lowest price, this is the car. Like, comment a better car that's more luxurious at a better price. I don't think you can. So, yeah, if that's what you want, dude, buy this thing. Because, yeah, this is a huge amount of car for under 20 grand. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and as always, we'll see you on that next video.